My oh my, if you think it doesn't get crazier, it just got crazier. Manipulation Thursday. I cannot believe the misdirection. This is how you lose 30,000. This is how you blow your account. So easy to blow your account on days like today. If you don't have your discipline, if you are playing loose, if you don't have your stops, if you just mentally mind siege yourself that the market is going to recover. I mean, look at this pre-market. Bought all the way up. This is a strong rally in the pre-market. Look at the strength all the way up here. Who would have figured at this time? Who would have figured at this time that the market is going to crash? But it's not even a crash. It's like a calculated sell-off. It's just one of those things where I have not seen in a long time. This is just, yeah, this is how you lose 30,000 exactly. Just the overall direction. Look at that. I mean, all the way up here to all the way down here. One straight channel down. This is a calculated sell-off. Traps everywhere. Traps at VWAP. Traps here. Traps here. Traps. All these traps. If you get in and you think there's gonna be a bounce, if you're optimistic, it's gonna. If you want to hold some options for tomorrow on the bullish side. If you're hoping for a rally tomorrow on the bullish side, you're gonna get burned bad, especially if you're selling the puts. And normally selling the puts is what you do on a bullish market or bullish sentiment. And the sentiment looks bullish. It looks bullish when it reached the 20-day moving average. I mean, here's the 5-day moving average. Normally what happens is hits the 20-day moving average, support at the 5-day moving average. A bounce at this point. Should have been a bounce at 278. Instead 278 right around here. Right around here, look at that. All this false rally and then a sell-off. That is why you don't play the afternoon. This is almost like option expiration Friday. This behavior is so unlike a Thursday afternoon crash. Normally, you don't have this type of sell-off in the afternoon on prior to option expiration, but they sold it off, and this is why you can lose so much money in the stock market if you don't have your discipline, if you are just convinced. I mean, look at this uptrend they had yesterday. Oh, the way going up. This is mentally seeding your mind that it's gonna be rally after pre-market rally up, and then gap up, rally all the way up, all the way to the. I mean, this is a huge heavy stock. Let's go to one on one. Uh, let's go through Amazon real quick, and this is what I played. So what notes did I have today? Let's see. This is my morning notes. Okay. So the pre-market up. My notes going to 330. So I have the sentiment. Here I go all the way. This is 3,330. That is the direction. Bullish sentiment. I put a dot, but I had no idea they're gonna crash it. No idea. So what did I do? Pretty much play the long side, which is the wrong side. Well, it was the right side initially. All that movement I got this bounce, got some play, scalped it. All the direction was clean. I mean, everything looked clean as far as signals, right? This is a bounce signal. Topped at 33.50. That's a price target signal. Let's look at that price target signal right here, 33.50, lining right up with this guy. Well, a little bit above, but that is the price target, always an even number, 33.50. Now, had I really looked at the overall picture, and just ignore these mind seeds that they put in your head. I mean, at this point, who would have thought a crash was in order. No one at this point can see that it. I mean, Amazon looks so strong, Apple looks so strong, Tesla looks so strong, the QQQ looks so strong. I mean, any retracement, this looked like a fake sell-off bounce. I mean, these are some sell-off, but they got some bounce, and you just convince yourself the day is gonna be an up day. I mean, look at this. This is a rally. You making off. So at this point, I'm up 4,000, looking good. But then I play one of these guys and got tricked and add to it. And next thing you know, you keep adding, and you're down 30,000. Easily 30,000 on this crash because the IV curve just jumps. Let's just look at real quick what one of these Amazon puts would do if you were to sell the puts, right? So let's go to 3,200 and let's take a look. 3,200. Okay, let's go. All right, this one is decent enough. Okay, if you sold any of your puts during that time, 20, two puts, right? Sold two puts around anywhere around here, 25. Let's just say 25. Sold two puts. Gonna think you're gonna gain those two puts on option expiration. That's 5,000. Well, what are those puts worth? Look at it now, 80. So 80 times two, that's 16,000. So you're down 11, 12,000. I mean, two puts, you're down 11, 12,000. If you play loosely with three puts, or even at the 3,300. Let's see where that's at. 3,300, 120. Let's just say you do two puts in the 40. That's 80. Two puts in the 40. Right now, yeah, that's 126. That's 12,000. That's 25,000 minus the 40. So that's 8,000. 25 minus 8. That's 18,000. You're in the hole. That is how you lose. And if you're in the, I mean, and if you buy in cars, you can easily buy 10 cars to try to cover up because you're hoping for a bounce anywhere here. I mean, those cars are going to be worthless. Look at that. I mean, two cars here in the 20. That's 5,000. I mean, now is pretty much nothing. You can easily blow your account. I mean, yeah, this type of behavior is not no one at the time. I can tell you, no one at this time can see that type of sell off. It is almost impossible to see it. However, if you keep your eye on the big picture and you have your discipline, and it's so important to have your discipline, and it's so important not to be overconfident because, yeah, I was up 4,000, so I got overconfident. And I normally don't play the afternoon because I call it afternoon trash, but yet I played because I was just, I was on a roll. Yeah, on a roll, keep playing, things are good, but you gotta have your discipline. And you can't be overconfident because overconfident kills, especially on these type of days. And if you don't sit back and look at the overall picture, look at that. 20-day moving average, 5-day moving average going down. That means the overall direction is generally going down, especially when it reach a critical point like the 20-day moving average. And then they showed it all the way down to the 50-day moving average. I mean, this is just, yeah, so calculated all the way down to the 50-day moving average. And in fact, I mean, yeah. So that is how you can easily lose 20, 30,000, blow up your account. And what did I do? Well, actually, Uh, I only lost 1,000, but I'm calling this a minus 30,000 because you need these type of video or mentality to check yourself. So even though I didn't lose a lot, I was up 4,000, and I end up losing 1,000. But I'm gonna call it a negative 30,000 day, because this type of behavior is where you blow up your account. And you need to learn from these days, because blowing your account is when you realize that it is so easy to lose it all. I mean, just like that cartoon, it's all gone. It's gone. Everything. Uh, yeah, it's all gone. So you need to have days like today where you blow your account. Even if you didn't really blow your account, psychologically, you gotta think, I blew my account because I completely did not see it, and I completely played loose, and I didn't follow my discipline. And yeah, I mean, discipline is better than, I mean, I think 90% of day trading success is based on discipline. And just like playing poker or gambling, if you don't have discipline, especially when you think you see it correctly and you playing the upside, or and you just think, you just mentally seat yourself, it is gonna go up no matter what. It is gonna go up. Continue to add. At some point, yeah, okay, here, it's gonna bounce. It's gonna bounce. I know it's gonna bounce because this is a flush, and a flush is a bounce. Well, not on Option Thursday or Manipulation Thursday. Flush does not reach a bounce. I mean, look at this. All the way down, and did it really bounce? Nope. Went even down even further. I mean, that is really crazy. Look at that. All the way down. I mean, this is a flush pretty much. Look at that volume. This is a flush. Sell off, flush, and misdirection. Further downside. I mean, geez, wow. All you gotta know on you is extreme to extreme, peak to peak. I mean, peak 50-day moving average, 20-day moving average, back down to 50-day moving average. This is just an oscillation. That's all it is just an oscillation from one point to another. I mean, how do you play this kind of market where it goes down and then up and then down? Wow, peak to peak. And now you're sitting down here. I mean, are you expecting an upside? I don't know. I would not be expecting an upside, even though peak to peak imply that tomorrow's an upside. Tomorrow's option expiration, so will I be playing option expiration? I don't know. Man, geez. What notes do I have for tomorrow is, let's see, tomorrow I have my notes. Keep your eye on the big picture. One mistake is all it takes. Play the opposite. I think the notes I'm missing on here is extreme to extreme. It's going to go from extreme to extreme. Or play the extreme. Just wait for the extreme, right? Wait for the extreme. If it's the extreme from the upside, go the other way. Go the opposite. If it's the extreme from, if it's a flush tomorrow and you miss this flush, this extreme down here, then play for the bounce. But don't play anything in between. Anything in between, do not play. I mean, it's so easy to, I mean, yeah, you can scalp. I mean, geez, it's so easy. It looks so easy to scalp 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, but man, these type of wicked where they just smack it down or move it, and you just have to have your discipline. If you play in the middle, you gotta take your loss, and you gotta be quick and play small, and just know that days like today's where you blow your account. I mean, yeah, blow your account. $30,000 loss, $20,000 loss, whatever you think you lost today, just put it in your head, because you need to blow up your account to understand how difficult it is to play this market, and how easy it is to lose everything. It's all gone. I'm serious. This is I mean, when you step back at the end of the day and you look at it, it seems so clear. I mean, so clear. Rail to rail. I've been talking about it. Peak to peak. Extreme to extreme. 50-day moving average. Or 20-day moving average to 50-day moving average. But when you're playing it, I mean, during the day, the clock seems to go so slow. It seems to just click. So each one of these are 5 minutes. So even within one of these one of these candles seems like forever. 5 minutes you're waiting, and you never see the end picture, or you never really forward looking, because do you really want to seed your head that it's gonna crash today? I mean, what is the chance it's gonna crash today? What is the chance? You just cannot see that. Even though you see 20-day moving average has been reached. If there's a pullback, it's going to have support at the 5-day moving average and bounce up. How can you see this type of sell-off? Well, that's where discipline is so important, because it doesn't matter that you don't see it. All it matters is that you know afternoon trash and you know that you got to play quick in the afternoon and you can't go big, because you can't really, I mean, geez, so easy to load up on any one of these points. Any one of the points you load up and you think you can recover, boom, it's smacked down even more. And at this point, I mean, how do you, I guess, I mean, 50-day moving average, you're going to expect a bounce, but what if they just run it down? How confident are you when they sell from here to here that it's gonna bounce? I mean, at any point of these, it could be a real bounce, but none of these are real bounce. I mean, they're all fake bounces. So how do you know this is a real bounce? How do you not know that is, how can you not know that it just crashed, or that it crashed in the aftermarket? I wouldn't hold anything overnight. I wouldn't be playing. I mean, tomorrow, whatever you see in the morning, oh my goodness, it's probably a head fake. I mean, if you play in the morning on the first candle, if it goes up, let's just change the color so that we can see something a little cleaner. Let's just use fuchsia. I like this color. Gap up tomorrow. I mean, who cares? Whatever it is. Futures, strong. Pre-market, strong. Gap up tomorrow. Are you really confident at this point that whatever strength you see is not it's not a head fake? I mean, any strength you see is not a head fake? How confident are you? No one is confident. I mean, look at this channel, right? This is a channel down. Uh, higher lows, higher, lower lows, lower high, lower lows, lower high, lower low, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. How much can it channels down? It can channel down. It can just easily jump to the next level. What is the next level? Down here. 260, whatever the next level is. I mean, the 50-day moving average does not necessarily mean it's going to bounce tomorrow. It just means there are interest at this level, and the people, they're going to fight. They're going to, tomorrow is, telling you, it's going to hit this 50-day moving average. I think that, let's just say that's right here, and they're going to fight for it. And it can go up or it can go down. Or I don't even know if they're gonna fight for it. To be honest, they can just rip it down because they know people are gonna fight for it. So anybody who thinks there's gonna be a bounce, get in here, boom, flush it down. Almost impossible to play tomorrow unless you play extreme to extreme. I mean, just try to look for extreme. Don't even touch the intermediate. Don't even touch anywhere in between, because, whew, unless you catch that initial flush, and maybe that's the way to play. It's just try to catch that initial flush. I mean, how much? Geez, if I were to play the puts, how much money would I gain just from playing the puts? Uh, yeah, nine to. I mean, if I just I'd probably play two. Let's just say two puts. That's right there, 16,000. Wow. But how do you see that? At the time, how would you see this or this being ended all the way down here? I don't know how you would see that. I don't think anyone can see that unless you just part of the people who manipulate it, or just you get lucky and you feel like, yeah. I mean, in hindsight, I guess it seems so obvious in hindsight. I mean, peak to peak in hindsight. And today is Thursday, and there's this rally, and they're gonna try to scare out the longs because anybody who gets in right now, or hold, no one has confidence to hold anything right now. Everybody's on eggshell. So if they're gonna, but the VIX is so weak. Why is the VIX so weak? I don't know. I mean, it's just no. The today, the way the market is, look at the sell-off. IWM, QQQ, financial, Dow Jones. I mean, and then the VIX is not even moving. This is just, I've never seen where they head fake you with the, and that's the other confident that maybe that's why I got head faked, because the VIX was just looking so weak. And I was like, man, eventually this thing has to go, but it's not going. Had this thing kept going, I probably would have, not played the afternoon and probably at least made 2,000, 3,000 instead of, I mean, 1,000 is nothing, but really, this is so easy to make lose 30,000. And that's what I'm gonna call it, $30,000 lost. What's the capture right here? I'm gonna say, this capture, right? Call it a $30,000 loss. Yeah, 30,000. I'm gonna call this. Today's a $30,000 loss, $20,000 loss, whatever you want to call it. Today's a blown up account because I did not see any, I did not anticipate at every point. I was thinking it's gonna rally, it's gonna rally, it's gonna bounce, and that's how you blow your account. And that's why discipline is more important than, I guess, more important than anything else. No matter how smart you think you are, no matter how good you are, no matter how much money you have, no matter how well technical analysis you have, whatever tool set that you are good at, if you don't have discipline, you're gonna blow up your account. $30,000 loss just like that. You're gonna blow your account, and maybe you make 5,000 the next day, 10,000 next week, whatever you make up. Any day you're gonna blow up your account if you don't have discipline, and it's all gone. Everything you gain, 5,000, 10,000, whatever gain you got for the month, it's all gone. Maybe this is more than a month, and maybe this is 2 months of worth for a lot of people. And it's so easy to continue to add. I mean, just continue to add more and more and more because, I mean, the VIX is so weak. I mean, this is mind seeding you that there's no way they're gonna sell off the market with the VIX so unbelievably weak. I mean, this is nothing, no fear at all, hardly any volume, no volume at all. But yet they sold it off, and everything got sold off. I mean, geez, the sell off is wicked. It's a technical sell off too. This is such a technical sell off. Um, and if you play guys like Amazon and Apple, I mean, look at Amazon. I mean, geez, that's a huge move. 33.50 all the way. That's 200 points pretty much. Pretty close to 200 points. I mean, if you're playing the options, if you're selling the options, whew, you're getting hurt. I mean, Tesla ended up positive, but geez, almost at 400. Almost at 400. This guy is just rail to rail I mean, I cannot play Tesla. I guess at this point, you can buy a put. I mean, yeah, because it rallies so much, you can buy a put. But geez, if I mean the way Tesla is, even at 400, it's so low compared to where it was at 500. So can it keep going up the way they push this? They just mentally seeded your mind that Tesla can do this. Tesla can just go and go and go. So how can you play the puts? How can you play the downside? I mean, even if it's up here, it seems really high. If you look at the overall picture, look how high it was and look at this steep climb. This steep climb is just mentally telling you, seeding your head that Tesla should not be. I mean, this how many people get tricked? Boom, sold off. What do you do tomorrow if you bought in here? I mean, what do you do if you bought up here and you see a little recovery, or anywhere you bought and you know here and you see this recovery and you think it's gonna come back? I don't know. I mean, this is why the market at times like this is where they make you pull your hair out, that you want to cut your head off or pull your head off because you just don't have the patience. I mean, no one have the patience to wait this type of pain. I mean, this is so painful. If you bought here and you almost see it come back and you waiting for it, I mean, barely, boom, and it's all over. Everything you saw, you know, you're down maybe 2,000 and now you're down 10,000 again, or whatever it is. I mean, anything you play today on the upside, you are down because they just tricked you. Complete head fake. And I mean, wow, look at Apple. Wow, so much strength. 120 all the way down to here. I mean, it was up 4% or whatever, 3%. Now it's down 3%. Jeez. Above the 20-day moving average. So much strength all the way up here. I mean, now it looks like it's going to go down to 110. I mean, anybody who bought in here, how can you hold? How can you hold if there's continued weakness tomorrow? And that's the way it looks like tomorrow. I mean, whew, you got to look for downside tomorrow, but hey, whoever did this can flip the switch, and tomorrow can be the exact opposite. But who is gonna play the upside unless they were in it on the downside? I mean, any upside move tomorrow and any head fake down, you're gonna sell because you're just afraid of a sell off. Yeah, I mean, it's almost impossible to play tomorrow. I mean, you just gotta play the extreme or in the morning, hope to get in on the flush. If you see the flush, you can see it. But any strength or any weakness that without the flush, it can just be a head fake. And in fact, if you play the opposite, you'd probably be correct. I would not be playing whatever you think is gonna be. If you think it's gonna go down, it's probably gonna go up. If you think it's gonna go up, it's probably gonna go down. I mean, that's just how crazy it is because I think they purposely mentally do that. They purposely head fake you. They purposely trick you. I mean, just look at this VIX. This is a perfect trick. Um, no way am I gonna be able to, no way that anyone seeing the VIX being so weak can anticipate a sell-off today of this magnitude. Man, uh, yeah, the market is just so difficult and it's getting more and more difficult every day. I think today is more crazy than any other day I've seen in recent history. I mean, at least on this head fake option, I think this was option flush, right? Yeah. At least on this head fake, you kind of see it, right? You kind of see this head fake and this flush and then a rally. I mean, yeah, you can blow your account on this if you don't understand the flush and this trick. These are easy to trick. But today it's even worse than that because today was actually strength. Pre-market was up. VIX is down. VIX is weak, and they give you all this indication of a rally. All this indication of a rally. I mean, any point here you think it's gonna go back. I mean, if you channel this, you probably say at this point it's gonna go up. Boom, it goes down. I mean, more down. Unbelievable day. I mean, I'm so lucky to lose only 1,000. Seriously. I'm lucky to only lose 1,000, even though I was up 4,000, and I should be kicking myself for not having the discipline, for not, for playing in the afternoon. Uh, I really shouldn't even play the afternoon anymore because, I mean, it seems like every time I lose money is option expiration, which I don't think I'm gonna play tomorrow, and the afternoon. I mean, that's the only time I lose money is option expiration and the afternoon. So maybe just eliminate that and make the consistent money, because you can easily blow your account, easily lose everything if you don't play with discipline. So that's all I gotta say. Discipline is so important right now, and it's probably important every day, but it's more important than ever right now.